What's up, everyone? I'm starting this video off with a quick clip. I don't always agree with this guy, but what he has to say here is spot freaking on. Playing this clip, and then we'll get into the video. Let's get into this.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. What rate of illegal immigration did we have in 2020? Do you know anything? I asked you a question.
How long have you been in office?
Do you know anything?
How long have you been in office?
I've been in office 11 years now.
And this has been
okay.
kicked the count during multiple administrations.
Except you're okay. You don't get to argue with me. You asked your question. You asked your question. You don't get. You want to hold a press conference? You can do it over there.
You want
to hold a press conference? You can do it over there.
How are you?
So hold on. I'm going to answer his question. The talking point of the Democrats, which this media reporter happily parrots, is, gosh, the problem can't be fixed. There's one little problem with that. It is an utter and complete lie. In 2020, the last year of the Trump presidency, we had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. You ask, what have I done? I've championed the men and women of Border Patrol. I've championed securing the border. I've championed Remain in Mexico. And we turned this problem around and solved it. And we went from Joe Biden inherited the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. And the first day in office, he made political decisions to cause this problem. And you should be ashamed of yourself because you're a reporter and you're not reporting facts. You're telling lies.
Spot on. The guy should be ashamed of himself. Okay, this problem was a non-existent problem up until a few years ago, as soon as the new presidency took over. This is ridiculous. My friend is dead right now. Dead. From fentanyl that came in across his border. It's ridiculous. Now, I'm amped because this is horrible. People are dying. This is not compassion. It's not compassion to have an open border where the cartels rule the land. It's not compassion. It's the opposite. Now, we're going to get back to the video that I originally filmed earlier, but I saw this after I made the video, so I added this onto the beginning of the video. Okay, back to the original video. Let's get into this. This is total insanity, and in my opinion, a 100% truly impeachable offense. Why? And impeachable meaning remove a president. Why? A president's number one job is to keep us safe. And somebody that I knew just died from a fentanyl overdose, from fentanyl that came over the border, and it hits home. And a lot of people out there, a lot of people listening to this know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is crazy. We don't have a country if we don't have a border. If we just open the border up and anybody can walk in at any time, we're done. We're done. Because terrorists are going to come in, foreign countries are going to send people in that are going to undermine our country. Our streets will not be safe. Drugs are going to flood in. This is just lunacy. This is lunacy. It's the number one job of a president is to keep its citizens safe. From the Daily Mail, border agents already overwhelmed. Republicans say 24,000 guards screening migrants as stretched thin as they start to process up to 650,000 people in Mexico. I remember a few years ago when they were talking about, I think it was during Obama's presidency, the estimated 8 million to 10 million illegal migrants that were here, okay, that crossed illegally and were in our country. Could you imagine what that number is now? Could you imagine what that number... 650,000 just in this wave. The numbers have gone up in thousands of percent that have crossed illegally since the Biden administration has started. Listen, when he took over, maybe I didn't want him, right? I didn't vote for him, right? But I was still, okay, you know what? Maybe he is going to be uniting. Maybe he will do some good things, right? Hopefully he just leaves things alone, right? Back to normal, right? No, this guy came in and absolutely on day one with that stack of executive orders, ended our energy independence right off the bat, opened the border up. The list goes on. I'm talking about the border here, so let's stay focused on that. Look at this video over on Twitter.
Go back to the regular U.S. immigration laws the way it was before COVID.
Okay, it's a post here from Colin Rugg, and he says, just in, thousands of Haitians are forming on in Mexico, across from McAllen, Texas, waiting to storm the southern border in numbers. Look at all these women and children. Now, listen, I feel bad for them, right? Of course I do. But we can't just have an open border where people can just barge in here. It's going to stress us. It's already stressing us all. Title 42 is going to expire at midnight, so it's already happened, right? Border cities are declaring states of emergencies. Abbott has deployed 10,000 National Guard members. Border Patrol and CBP leadership have agreed to begin mass releases of migrants into city streets. And Elon Musk replied to this. This is next level. I think that's the only way to put it. It's next level. I mean, we're done. We don't have a country, guys. We don't have a country if the border's wide open. And you, again, ask yourself, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Compassion? It's actually not compassionate. Why? Because the drug cartels use a lot of these women and children, and I'm not going to go into graphic detail. This is another one of those things. I actually just read a story about a little girl that was killed that almost makes me want to vomit. I'll talk about that in a subscription service on Twitter that I want to open up in maybe the next couple weeks. So if you're interested in stuff that I can't talk about here, and you'd be interested in hearing about some of this stuff and stuff that, topics that I cannot talk about here, and let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in signing up, because I'm really considering doing that just to make exclusive videos for people who want to hear things that I can't talk about here. Here's another highlight here. Title 42 expires. Migrants try to evade Border Patrol as COVID restrictions are dropped after 3 years and thousands wait to enter. Ted Cruz calls on Joe Biden to stop hiding in the basement and witness the humanitarian crisis at the border as he blasts the worst illegal immigration in the history of our country, and there's no doubt about it. This is just a mad bum rush, okay? Listen, some of these people are seeking asylum legitimately, right? Let's say a certain percent. But don't you think that if you were living in one of these countries, right? Maybe you're getting by day to day. You don't need to seek asylum, but you hear, hey, Biden's here and he's opened up the door and Title 42 is coming down. People are just getting by. I'm going. Eff it, I'm going. So now you have millions of people flooding in. This is scary because the drugs are going to flood in too. They already are. They're killing people. Somebody I knew, a girl I dated, it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking, and nobody's doing anything to stop this guy. Maybe Republicans are trying. I don't know. And I'm no fan of the Republicans, but my God, how can this guy do this to us? I'll catch you guys in the next one. A lot of videos coming soon.